La everybody. Welcome to Astrorisa Moon Forecaster. You hanging out with me, Astrorisa Moon Forecaster. Yeah, I day. A pet to be. If I do again, hanging out in the loft. We're going to be talking about this upcoming January 6th full moon in Cancer. Today is January 5th, 2023. This Cancer full moon is real hot. It's very hot, very fiery. If you've noticed, of course, this moon forecast, well, the energy of the forecast always starts about 10 days, 8 to 10 days prior to the actual date. So we're getting close to the date, which is, again, tomorrow. It's going to be at 6:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is a 16-degree moon in house 12. The sun is 16 degrees in house 6. So we have a Capricorn sun, we have a Cancer moon, but it's not very watery. Actually, I would say it's not watery at all. I would call this an Amazon Cancer moon because that's what this seems to be. A lot of fire, a lot of energy. Well, for one thing, the first house is in the sign of Leo. I believe that is 4 degrees in Leo. And then we have Mars, which is very close to the 12th house. But Mars, which is the energy of Ogun, is having a strong relationship with the first house. Mars is sextiling the ascendant. So it is giving a lot of fire to that Cancer sign. It is actually drying up that moisture, making it very fierce. This full moon is one that is displaying a lot of aggression. You notice people driving like they lost their mind, and everybody just want to run you off the road, and everybody wants the way they want it. They want things the way they want it. So that's that very fiery energy of that first house being amplified with that Mars Ogun energy. I talked about Mars Ogun when I did the forecast for the new year. So we're also seeing that with this moon time. And then, of course, you have Leo, and Leo is very much, that's ruled by Shango, Kabiesi, Shango. And so that's very much also that energy of don't tell me what to do. I am creating. I'm in a space of creating. I am creating my kingdom, queendom. Okay. So you have that energy going on. This is not bad unless, of course, you're just crazy. You're just crazy and you just off the chain. Then it's not a good moon time. But, if you are about creating positive things, this is a very good moon time. So let's talk a little bit more about this moon. I told you how masculine it is, right? With this moon time, we also have a relationship with Uranus. It is the moon is sextile Uranus. Uranus is the planet that rules not only Aquarius, but again, rules Shango. So you got Shango energy, you got the Yamachai energy, you got the Ogun energy. Yes, what is bringing the grounding is the sun in the sign of Capricorn being in the 6th house. Somebody has to bring some type of grounding to all this fire. And so with all of that happening, not even looking at the other planets, because I like to just look at the moon pretty much on what's around the moon. So with all of these energies amplifying our consciousness, remember, Cancer / the moon is dealing with not only our feelings, but it also rules the mind. So the mind and our feelings, our emotions are very amplified. We're very much wanting to be creative. We're wanting to forge our own way right now. A lot of you have all these brilliant ideas just popping up in your mind. You feel invigorated. Though we are in a retrograde, Mercury retrograde at this point, we don't seem to be really paying attention to that. The closer that we get to this full moon, the more we just feel just invigorated. Okay? And that's actually a very good thing. So this is a very good moon time to do your fill 'em up ritual ceremony if that is what you're going to do. The energy of this moon right now is one where you want to think of this moon as a blank canvas, and you can create whatever you want when you do this fill 'em up moon ritual, because it's an empty canvas, it's an empty wallet, it's an empty pocketbook, it's an empty suitcase. What are you going to put into it? Do it quickly, do it with pizzazz. Know that when you go into ritual for this moon time, whatever you're doing, it's going to manifest pretty quickly. So be very mindful about what you're wanting to create. What is it that you're asking for? The ingenuity of the mind is extremely enhanced right now. Feeling fearless is enhanced right now. Feeling strong is enhanced right now. Our feelings are amplified. So we want to bring a balance to our feelings right now. Kind of just put it on a low simmer. Focus a lot on what is it we're wanting to create. And we can bring our emotions, our feelings into a low simmer with Mercury still being retrograde in Capricorn. Mercury is going to come out of that retrograde. It's going to go direct January 18th. Capricorn is dealing with our 10th house. But also, we are working with the moon squaring our midheaven. That, again, is your 10th house. So we are looking to reinvent our business and our personal life. That's why this is a great moon to do your fill 'em up ceremony. This is a wonderful moon to, again, reinvent something about your life. Not being false, not being wishy-washy, but knowing, but intentionally improving an aspect or multiple aspects of our life. This is the moon time to do that. Use this moon time to focus on moving forward. Use this moon time to focus on an environment that's very dear to you. You'll find yourself wanting to do that, whether it's an office space that you like, your home, wherever. You're going to find that you're wanting to give it some pizzazz. You're wanting to bring some life to it. You're wanting to give it a splash of color. You're wanting a feeling to occur within your environment so that you feel encouraged to do something, to move forward. So this is a great moon time for us to bring in the new year. This is one of the best Cancer full moon times I can think of. Now, the other side of this moon time, because there's a lot of aggression, well, we know there's a lot of aggression happening. And the downside of a Cancer full moon that I've noticed doing this work for over a decade is that Cancer full moons tend to bring a lot of domestic aggression and violence, unfortunately. Usually they fall during the Christmas season or right after Christmas season, but it doesn't really have to do so much with the season. It just has to do with a full moon. You have the sun and the moon are opposite each other. That's male female energy being very combative within a domestic or domicile environment. And that's just one of the downsides of it. Sharing that with you so you could just know that when you look at the news when there's that full moon in Cancer, you're like, oh my gosh, here we go again. However, and then full moons, people just trip anyway. However, this is a very wonderful moon time again for you to just create. It seems to be in a good relationship with this Mercury retrograde beginning to end and again in Capricorn. So it's allowing us to focus on what's important, to be a bit more mature about things, to want to see things improve and work hard to make that happen. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful full moon time. I'm going to be doing a fill 'em up full moon ceremony tomorrow. When you do it, imagine a huge cornucopia that's empty, and you're going to fill it up with wonderful things. Can you imagine what you're going to create consciously, cosmically, spiritually to bring in to the new year? It's going to be wonderful. Okay, everyone. So remember to know your truest self, follow the moon. I'll see you again next month when the moon is full. Take care.